As always, everyone, welcome back to our show. So, I hope everyone is having a great day no matter where they are in the world. Before we talk about XRP, I need to start with this from Rez. Stay locked in. Braza Bank processed $1 billion in stablecoin payments for its clients in the third quarter using BBRL on the XRP system. A stablecoin backed by euros is expected to do about the same in the near future. We help banks with problems that happen in the real world. Stories come and go. More and more people are using stablecoins, but they all need a bridge. Also known as XRP, Ripple will always be that link. The Faster Payments Council now has James Selleck as a member. Think about this. They would not send someone to the Faster Payments Council if XRP and RippleNet were not going to be used in the US. It wouldn't make sense. That's how you know. A spot XRP ETF from BlackRock is being talked about a lot because RippleNet and XRP are the future. We can't get rid of that story. At the moment, everyone is worried about it, and Moonjay asks, can someone say NDA? Right now, you can listen to Larry Fink. What about an XRP ETF? You have Ether out there. I know that. What about XRP? Could you answer that? I can't. You don't want me to. Sure, I'm afraid I can't. He can't talk about XRP or Ripple, and BlackRock will make the most of this chance. You may remember that Bitcoin had 3 ETFs, Ethereum had 1, and XRP had 19. So this is how value and conjecture are different. These ETFs will bring billions more into XRP than they take out. When you see 2-digit demand for XRP, you'll know that BlackRock can't have missed this. It's not going to happen at all. This and anything else BlackRock says at this point will be used against them. You could just ignore everything Larry Fink says because we've seen how he talked about Bitcoin years ago, and then it became the biggest thing ever when BlackRock figured out how to make money from it. They are moving to Ethereum right now. When they're done with that, well, they'll move on to XRP, which will mean it's time to move on. 10 years of bull runs, you agree. Listen to Tom Lee's music here. Are we just getting started with a new bull market? That being said, it's clear that the bull market is over for now. Yes, that's what I think makes people feel lost, because in general, we've been going up since 2020, but we've had 20% drops since then. In fact, this rebound from the lows in 2020 has been very shaky. Okay, we had another pretty big drop from February to April of this year, which makes me think we're in a new bull market. Actually, I think the main plot is that there is a big increase in the number of people working in the US who are prime age, who are millennials and Gen Z. They also have a lot of money coming to them over the next 20 years, which they will use to buy more stocks and less debt. Another reason is that the US is at the center of many big changes in the way things work, like AI and now blockchain. But those will really help the banking sector, which could go back up to about 40% of the S&P. Of course, healthcare could also gain. I believe there are many reasons to be happy. Also, 2035 seems like a good guess. From here, that would be a bull run for 10 years. As of right now, the biggest shift of wealth is the talk of the town. He also talked about a few other things, but would the bull run last for 10 years? It's not there for me. I think we could make a utility run that would change the game because no one has ever seen one before. These cryptocurrencies are different because they can now be used, but no one is sure how high their prices can go. Tom Lee is in favor of Ethereum. It's thought by many that Ethereum will be gone in 10 years, and I think that most people who invest in cryptocurrencies are right. It will only take him 10 years to become rich and retire. I do think, though, that the 4-year pattern will end. This is what I think will be Bitcoin's last big rise. It is already on its way to death because of its fake tether. From now on, everyone will want real value. They want their coin to really help people in the real world. Putting coins into groups through regulations will only support this story. As an example, XRP, XLM, and XDC are all cryptocurrencies that can be used for things. Bitcoin is one type of speculative product. I think Ethereum will continue to grow over the next 5 years, but it will also become useless in the end because it costs too much. Like information technology, Ethereum will need to go through big changes in order to stay alive in the coming years. What are Ethereum and Solana going to do when AI and utility-driven cryptocurrencies become popular after all? How does that keep going when the network is always down? And it won't be Ethereum, Solana, or Bitcoin. I think a small group of cryptocurrencies will become the most important ones in the top 10. We will see that change as XRP buyers. And here's why. Ripple is going to take over the whole Heaven $55 trillion money transfer system. Listen to some songs by Navin Gupta here. What do you think is the next step in Ripple's plan? To make you look bad. No, it's really easy. I think the most important thing to take away from this room is that Ripple is not like other companies. We're not here to make a small share of the market, do X or Y to make a little money, or make something happen. Our job is to make a difference in the world. That is, either we will change the way you think about remittances and how value is sent around the world between people and organizations, or we will go away. That means it's almost 0 or 1. Some of it comes from being cocky in Silicon Valley. Some of it comes from the fact that, well, that's why we were created 6 years ago, to move money the way information moves today, right? We are working with the environment that is already there to make it possible. I believe this is a main thing that makes Ripple unique. That's why we're a monoline business. We get tens of ideas every day that say, don't you do security settlement? Why not get a job in trade finance? Why don't you do XYZ? The amount of money sent across borders is a $155 trillion problem, we tell them. First, we'll figure this out. We'll make a change for everyone in this room. We won't look at anything else until we've made a change. That's why we're like Google for searching. Remittances are what Ripple is for. That's what we are going to do. We're not going to stop until we do it right, while we work to earn your trust in business. That guy is Naveen Gupta. In the beginning, they were on that task. Ripple has changed a bit since then, but he is no longer there. They kept thinking about the way to send money and why they shouldn't open Nostro Vostro. But Ripple has become a one-stop shop because they now have control and want to grow their tokenization efforts. This is because the XRP ledger was made to hold tokens. Listen to this now. Check out how the XRP system has been tested. On top of that, I wanted to ask about the many new blockchains that are coming out. Sorry for the short answer. How do you think XRP will set itself apart from the other cryptocurrencies that are coming in and going out? Yes. Oh, really? I've been excited about the news of a few L1s that were designed to work with payments and institutional banking. As I said, I think XRPL was probably the first blockchain designed to handle payments more than 10 years ago. Seeing others join the fray only proves that we're all working on the right use cases. We are all working together to make this business work and open up a chance for blockchain, which is a better technology than the old financial rails, in order for these use cases to really start to work. In a way, I see us all as working together to change some old technology that isn't working for institutions or their users. OXRPL is unique because it has been tried in battle. For 10 years, we've been making payments on the blockchain. The network is very stable, lasts a long time, hasn't been hacked, and is still running at the fastest and most cost-effective speeds. Then there are the use cases. I mean, it's an honor to have our users right next door because they help our payments team build infrastructure for payments, our custody team build general blockchain infrastructure for stablecoins, and now Hidden Road. So I think putting all of these parts together will allow us to offer a real one Ripple answer. The fact that we are different from those other chains is what makes us stand out in the market. Also, pay attention to what she says. These new L1s aren't a threat to Ripple or the XRP platform, even though they keep showing up. The system has been tested and proven to work. These rails have been in place for more than 10 years, so keep that in mind. All of these new L1s still need to either finish building their rails or use the XRP ledger or RippleNet rails to connect their whole project to the XRP ledger. People have thought of XRP and Ripple as the future for a long time. You can't get rid of XRP and RippleNet. I think that people will work together a lot in the future. You creators see enough currencies could be useful, but they won't be the next XRP. XRP is just XRP. A lot of people think this is a strong sign that you are already committed to the future. You need to hear this. Please help me. An investment. Money making. I need help but don't know what to do. Please help me. Okay, so I would suggest that you do that. I have 1.3 million XRP myself. It's about 230s right now, but everyone in the neighborhood knows that once it hits $10, I'll be good for life. That's why I strongly advise you to buy XRP. What's making you cry?